Welcome to my podcast, Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. I'm so excited you are here. You will hear some incredible stories about how people are serving around the world, how they overcame a struggle, how they serve. These shows will give you an edge in business and your personal life. I believe serving over sales will help you grow in so many ways. And now, about our incredible sponsor, Info. Info is a web app that puts your business on people's cell phones when you meet people online or in person. They can engage with your business or send out referrals with a button click, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The power of business is connecting with more people. Remember, your network is your net worth. Info will do this for you. I would love to help spread the word about these shows, so please subscribe to this podcast and find us on all your podcast platforms. Please share with anyone you know who could benefit from our shows. Please enjoy the show. Welcome, everybody, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. This is a special day for me because my guest today is somebody I've known way over 10 years. And we say it all the time, we're a brother from another mother. We've really connected over the years. He's helped me tremendously, served me. I think I've served him. And he's got so much to offer you out there in the listener land. Steve, welcome to the call.
Hey, thank you very much. This is exciting.
Yeah, it is. We've been working on this for a while. Let's start at the beginning because you've got a great story that starts out where you are, where you started and where you got today. Let's go where you started.
Well, I started in corporate America because that's all I knew. I mean, my dad had always worked jobs. He told me never own your own business. So I was programmed into a young age. I started as a paper boy at 11 and it's always time for money. And I ended up in corporate America. Good jobs. No one taught me how to manage money. So I spent more than I earned. So that was a big problem. But the biggest problem was I wasn't building anything. I was enjoying what I did. I was in human resources. I liked it, but I was controlled by other people. And the more money I made, and I got up to healthy six-figure income, the more titles I had, the more my time was not my own. I mean, literally I could be sent to another country for 2 weeks and I would just have to go. You know, I got family at home and I was just like normal for like, oh, well, that's just what you have to do to be successful. That's all I knew. And I got laid off twice in 5 years at the end of that 25-year career. I wasn't prepared either time at all. And I actually tried to start a side business, I thought, I better have it. And I was actually told, you can't do that. We own you. You know, that was the message I got. So when I got laid off that second time, I was done. I like to say corporate was done with me and I was done with corporate. One problem, I had no plan B. What are you going to do? You know? And so that's my basic story of how I stumbled into entrepreneurship because I kind of had to.
2023, you said magic words, laid off. It's happening a lot, especially in the tech industry right now. What did you do to pull your pants up and say, okay, you did it happened to you twice in a short period of time. What did you do to move forward? I know you had nothing going, but mentally, or what tips can you give to somebody that maybe just got laid off?
Well, first tip is don't make the mistake I made the first time I got laid off, which was I put all my energy into finding another job and scrambling to get back to where I was, to get back to the title and the income and all the rest, because I was out of work for 10 months. And then I had to take whatever job I had, could find. And then I could work my way back up again. I spent 4 years working my way back up, didn't get laid off again. So what I should have done, I now know, was that's fine. Jobs are not bad, right? They bring in income, right? They're a great place to start, terrible place to finich. That's what my mentors have told me. So it's fine to look for another job because you got to pay the bills, but get something going on the side. Put some energy into something that you build that's yours. That's what I should have done. So because I didn't do that, when I got laid off the second time, I really was, like I said, I was broke as a joke and really, really bad. I was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, actually, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and out of work, and corporate's done with me. And because I didn't build anything. So the second tip is when you're build something that is truly that has residual income, something that pays you over and over and over. Selling a product and then going to sell another product, yeah, that's a business. It's entrepreneurship. It's sales. It's fine, but it isn't. In my mind, it's hard to call that a book of business. You want something that becomes self-generating and it can grow without you. And I didn't know any of that. Mm-hmm. So now that I know that, That's what I would tell people is in this economy and the world today, it's changed a lot in the last 10 years. It's easier to do that today than ever before. Back 10 years ago, it wasn't as easy as it is now.
Yeah. Residual income is, you're the king of that. But that, what I love about that, that's serving, doing business with a servant's heart. Let's talk more about it. What's the win-win-win that's happening there?
Well, okay, first of all, I have to correct you. I am not the king of residual income.
I just love saying that because I love you.
Somebody that's making $1 million a year residual income, okay, that's the king or queen of residual income, all right? So I'm not there. I don't want to deceive anybody, right? Yes, I have a 6-figure residual income and I'm growing it every day, but that doesn't make me the king. But thank you, but you're very kind. Very kind. Here's what has happened, and this is, anybody can do this, and I think this answers your question. There's a mind shift that has to happen, and it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen in a moment or one day or one action or because you did one thing, right? There's a shift that happens where you put time and energy into thinking like a business owner, like an entrepreneur, and thinking about residual income. And how do you do one thing that serves people and then have that return back to you over and over? When you focus on that and get the mindset right, then you no longer think in terms of whatever I do today is making me money. Very rarely now do I think that way. It happens. I slip up every once. I kind of regress, because that's what it is in a job, right? I'm going to work today and I get my paycheck in 2 weeks. That's basically time for money, right? Now in a day, when I get going, I've got everything going on. I don't think at all in terms of, or rarely in terms of, is what I'm doing right now making me money like soon? No, most of what I do in a day, God only knows when it will ever bring anything in the future. I have no idea. I'm just serving. I'm just doing the best I can right now with what I have, and it'll all work out because I'm doing it in models that serve others. And I know when I do that, things come back to me. And you disconnect the present from the future. And you trust the future is going to take care of itself. And to me, that is truly what, I mean, if you look at Richard Branson or Bill Gates or, anybody, Jeff Bezos, anybody who's super, super successful, right? They live and breathe that. It's in their core. They don't even think about it. They couldn't even hardly articulate it to you because it's just part of who they are, their DNA. I had to learn it in my late 40s and early 50s. So I can still think about it, because it's not like totally at my subconscious level, but it's a dynamic that, and if you're listening right now and you don't know what I'm talking about, then you start reading some books and start getting around some successful people because you need that association to help you make that shift.
Right. No, that's great. And that's why I love you. And that's why I had you on, because I want people to hear this. We both talk about this all the time, and which we're so connected, we feel the same way. What's serving mean to you?
Serving means truly having the other person's best interest at heart. Even if it's going to mean you risking a little bit of your time or your money or your energy. I'll give you a great example. Just today, this is 2 hours ago, literally. I can't get fresher than that, right? I'm on a Zoom with a guy across the country. He's as broke as a joke. He doesn't have a plan. But he likes me and he likes the things I'm doing. And he's saying all the right things and he's doing the right things. I say, watch this video. He watches the video. Make a list. He makes a list. And I said, okay, you take a step. I'll take a step with you. You take a step. I'll take a step with you. I'm willing to work with you to help you succeed one step at a time. The same way that my mentors, my advisors, my friends helped me when I was in your shoes 10 years ago. And he's like, okay. Now, to be honest with you, it's going to be a lot of work to help this guy. I may actually have to eventually get on a plane and fly on my own dime to the other side of the country to help him. And I'm ready for that, at the right time. Right. But I truly want to see him succeed. And I know he can. But he has to believe enough in himself, and he has to be really coachable and be willing to do the things I tell him to do, and have the association and take the steps. And I don't know if he will or not, right? But I'm being honest with him. But I do believe he can, and that's a huge shift for me because I didn't used to believe in other people. Maybe it was being in HR. I think that kind of soured my view of things. I didn't used to believe in other people, And as a result, it was hard for me to help somebody else be successful, even if I said and did all the right things. But now I'm at a point where I do believe, because I know how far I came, that I really do believe that people can succeed with the right help, but they have to really want to do it and they have to be coachable.
Yeah, and that's the key. And you'll go as far as they'll go if they stop, which is a big thing in serving. Don't overserve if they're not doing the work you get right.
Yeah, we've all made that mistake. Yeah,
Steve, that's an incredible story. You just mentioned it earlier off because you're so humble. You have a 6-figure residual income.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you've done this multiple times, this story in different ways, and you're successful. So serving has brought you income and brought you abundance, as the Bible would say.
Yeah, because I believe it's because I've chosen services that truly help make people's lives better. You know, let's face it, there's lots of stuff out there that we can buy that looks good, smells good, right? It doesn't necessarily make our lives better. It just makes us happy.
Yeah.
Something that makes your life better, makes you healthier, safer, empowers you, protects your family, right? Services that really solve problems and help you live better, right? Those are the only services that I will put out there into the world. And so when I'm sharing that, I honestly believe what I'm saying to people, which is that this will help you be preventive and proactive about your legal situations, be preventive and proactive about identity theft, be preventive and proactive about your health, about your finances. These are tools and services that will help you. And I know that's true. And so when people then use it, if they don't find out it's true, they keep it. And now they're winning even bigger than me. Because yes, residual income comes from that, because every month, right, they're paying money for it. But I would argue they're the bigger winner because it could be saving them or helping them in so many ways, taking them time and money in incalculable ways every day. And that's way more than some little bit of money that I'm getting.
Yeah. And I'll do a quick shout out. One of the services, PPLSI Legal Shield, saved me $7,500 from a tenant situation. And I know personally, and there's other situations, me and Steve work together with PPLSI. So I know that. Let's do a shout out. What's the name of your company? How they can get a hold of you? Because I know people are going to want to reach out to you.
Yeah, well, easy to say. Well, it's Remmel Solutions. You can see the banner behind me here. It says helping businesses be great employers. I also help individuals, just be better people and live better lives. And the QR code right there, that's the easiest thing. Just shoot that QR code, and you can see what I do. But maybe most importantly, there's a schedule meeting button on there on my info. That's my info. Thanks to you, I wouldn't have that info except for you. Schedule a meeting. Get on my account. Let's just talk. Let's just meet up over Zoom and let's just talk and see what questions you have and how I can help. I just love meeting new people. And so to me, that's the most important button on my info is schedule a meeting.
Love that. It's true serving. And you mentioned your company name. We've never talked about this, but it just came to me. Serving is finding solutions for people. Is that how'd that name come up? I love solutions as part of your company name. Let's talk about how that came about.
Oh, wow. Well, okay. So I'll take you back again. So I've been laid off the second time. I'm consulting. I don't know how long I can keep up the consulting gig. It's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Didn't know how to network. Didn't know how to be a business owner. And I came across PPLSI thanks to Kai Deering. Kai Deering, tracked me down, and she's my first mentor. I owe everything to Kai Deering. She's been on your show.
Yes.
And she's wonderful. And so the solutions of Legal Shield and ID Shield, it occurred to me that they really are solutions. And so I thought, well, then I'm going to brand myself. I kept hearing, you got to brand yourself. And so it's a couple of years into it, and I'm like, okay, Remmel Solutions. Okay, great. So Remmel Solutions. And then over the years, I've just added more solutions to that. And now I'm incorporated, and I have my own agency.
Yeah.
And everything kind of falls under that agency. And so if you go to remmelsolutions.com, you'll go to the info and see everything. And it's really fun to know that everything I have is a solution to a challenge. So now, if I'm talking with a business owner, I used to want to tell them all the things I do, right? I mean, that's like the classic thing we all want to do, right? We're really excited about our services. We want to tell somebody about it. And I really learned to stop that urge, right? And I just say to the business owner, hey, tell me about your business. I want to hear about your business. Tell me about what keeps you up at night. What's a challenge you're having? What's something that's getting in the way of what you want to accomplish? I ask it different ways, right? And then I sort through my solutions quickly in my head as I'm listening to him or her, and put out that thing that'll solve it. And if I can't, in my network, I've got somebody that can solve that problem. I want to walk away from there telling that person, I've got a solution to solve that problem. Let's hook you up. Let's get you started. And that's my goal. And if that's my goal every time, then everybody wins.
And I want to reiterate that a true servant, a true solutions provider will not just find solutions in their own network. You've given up many deals. I know you have. We've talked about it gladly and with a smile on your face because you're all about them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And H7, I got to give a shout out to H7. It's right there in your background.
Yeah.
H7 is a wonderful place to learn all that. Connect, serve, and ask is huge, and it's about knowing enough people that do enough good things so that when in going through life you come across someone that has that need, you can immediately say, I know somebody that can solve that for you. I got somebody you need to meet. You need to talk with them. I just think that'll work out great for you. Let me connect you with person X. And then you actually do it. You actually put them together in an email, in a text. You say, Bobby, meet Susie. Susie, meet Bobby. Here's why I'm introducing the two of you. I do that 10 times a week, easily. It's just in my spare time.
Yeah. I love the H7 because a network, to serve people, you need to have people to serve.
Right. Exactly.
Whether it's in your own solutions or use your Remmel Solutions or a solution outside, because It's all about the universe. You give out to the universe, it comes back. And I agree with H7. It's a network that's all about CSA, connect, serve, and ask.
Yes.
And we both built our businesses with H7. So I'm glad you mentioned that. And what a great way to change your mindset. You said that a couple times in this show. When you were broke, you had to change your mindset.
Yeah.
What did you do? I know reading is a big part of your life. Did that help your mindset?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you've got to be reading. You've got to be reading things that challenge you, things that are new and fresh and positive. There's a book that really made the biggest difference for me when I was in this process a few years ago. This is earlier on. It's Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, Maltz. Classic book. It's been revised a few times. Psycho-Cybernetics is the most amazing book because it explains how we think in pictures and how to use that basic function that we're all born with to change our life. And the irony is that we all do it all the time anyway. It's not like Dr. Maltz discovered that we think in pictures. He didn't discover that. It's God put that in us. It's been there from the beginning. What he did was he said, I can teach you how to harness that for good and whatever good you want to do. And then he lays it out in the book. Like, he proves it with science, and then he gives you the steps. It's amazing. And so Psycho-Cybernetics really changed my life. And I spent about 2 years, not perfectly applying it. Not perfectly, but I did my best over 2 years, haphazard here and there, by applying it. And that was the biggest leap that I made to get myself to a point where I could believe in myself and believe that I could help others and believe I could be successful, and that I didn't need to be working time for money, to pay off my debt and to live.
So someone who educates themselves is going to be a better servant.
Absolutely. Find your thing. I mean, you don't read that book. There's so many other good books out there, right? I mean, any book by Zig Ziglar is going to be good, right? Yeah. Any book by Dr. Wayne Dyer is going to be good. You just pick one up. Like, if you've never crack it open, get the audiobook, whatever, and start to dive into it, and just open your mind up to it. And I challenge you, if you do that every day until that book is finished, it might take you a month or whatever, it doesn't matter, a little bit every day for a month. you will not be the same person at the end of that month.
Yeah.
You'll be a different person because you will have let the wisdom and the association of that successful person who's pouring into you change who you are. And then go get another one. And then go get another one. And you do that for a year, that'd be 12 books in a year, right? You will not be the same. You can't be the same person. And things will shift, and you'll look back 12 months, you go, oh, wow. Every day maybe didn't see the changes happening, but after 1 year, you look back, you'll see some differences. And then you just multiply that. And after 7 years, and I think it's Jim Rohn said this, if you apply this principle of improving your life every day in some way for 7 years, you will not recognize your life at all. And that is really true. I look back 7 years. I'm gonna start crying. I'm amazed, right? I got a wonderful wife. I didn't have a wonderful wife when I got started. I'm debt free. I live in the house I want to live in. I do what I want to do. I've got wonderful friends like you. All of that I didn't have 7 years previously.
That's telling me that pretty much you started being broke, 6-figure broke, and you're just laid out a great story of where you're at. Pretty much anybody can do it.
I wasn't just broke financially. I was broke in almost any way you can be broke.
Okay.
I had lost all my friends. My marriage had ended. I had lost a house. I still had my kids, but barely. You know what I mean?
Yep.
My career was over. I was not happy. And yet I still believe things could be better. I was like, this can't be the way the rest of my life is going to be. I've got to be able to turn this thing around. And so I believed in that, but I really had no idea how. And thank goodness Kai Deering, I keep mentioning her, but I look good on the outside. I look like I look right now. It's exactly how I looked 10 years ago. You couldn't tell when you talked to me, unless I shared something with you, right? Yeah. But you couldn't tell from looking at me, right? So this is what she saw, having no idea that my life was in a wreck, okay? And she had the courage to say, VP of HR, successful guy, I'm still going to talk to him. I'm still going to have him sit and invite him to sit down with me for lunch and share with him a business opportunity. She still did that. And she actually, I could tell she was nervous. I've never told her this. Maybe she'll hear me say this on your podcast. I could tell she was nervous. And I was like, well, what's she nervous for? Like, she's super successful. And it went from there. And I just, thank goodness she did. So that's another lesson, maybe another tip is don't be afraid to talk to successful people. Just realize they're human beings just like you. And if they have something to teach you, then you want to be in relationship with them. You want them to feel that you're worthy of their time. So figure out how you can serve them. Right. And then they'll serve you. And that's how that association begins to grow. And I didn't know any of that when I met Kai Deering. But I know it now and try to practice it as best I can every day.
So you actually, when you're telling the story, meeting Kai, you were actually serving her as well, giving her your time to meet with her. And you're dead broke, no family, no friends, except for your kid. I mean, one of the worst stories you could say, but you were still able to, right?
Look, I was broke, and she said, "Look, I'll buy you lunch." Okay, I'm there.
Yeah.
She'll buy me lunch. Okay, she'll buy me lunch. Great. She'll buy me sushi, And then, so I don't know how much I was really serving her, to be honest with you, because at that time I was really thinking about myself and like, okay, I'm bad off. I need help. But she certainly was capable of helping me. I just had to trust her.
Yeah.
And the people around her, which I did.
Right. And the point I'm making is just opening your doors to her, because people that are down in the where you were shut everything off.
That's true.
And you're open to, and it maybe took time, it's to reading, whatever you did, and we won't get into that today. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is because people tell me, Steve, well, I'm down and out. How am I going to serve? Well, just call your best friend and say, I miss talking to you.
Sure.
Serving people tie serving into financial. I got to give money. You said it, time and energy. That's one of the best ways to serve, like your story this morning. And I delve on this because I'm so passionate about serving, not selling. And you know what? Listeners, he has not said the word sell one time in our 20, 25-minute show. And again, I'm going to go back to, he's very humble and doesn't talk about this, but he's a 6-figure earner. He's got a beautiful wife who I love to death, Soraya. I'm going to throw that out there. He's doing so well, and he hasn't sold once in the years I've known you. You didn't sell me, you served me. That's the greatest lesson I want people to get from this show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sound right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you can share, you can educate. I mean, if you have something that is going to help people, you want to educate them about it. You want to tell them about it. Now, some people call it selling. Well, that's fine. Call it selling if you want to. It's not a bad word, right?
Right.
But it's not selling in terms of, I want you to buy this so that I'll get money. It's not that kind of selling. That's a focus on what you're going to get back. It's when you're educating and sharing and solving someone's problem and saying, well, then you know, get this and we'll solve your problem and I'll help you, you know, to make sure that that happens. I don't call that selling. That's really, really serving in a way that it's a win-win, right? Their problem gets solved. They're happier. They're healthier, and you're getting something too. And now we can keep doing more of that together.
Yeah,
it's not a one-time transaction, right? So that mindset is so huge.
I love that, because you're right. Selling, sales is not a bad word. It's around the world, but it's how you do it.
It's how you do it.
Eloquently,
what's really in your heart. Yeah. And that's the thing. People love, this is the phrase Kai taught me, and by now I say it all the time, and I really understand it intrinsically. Nobody likes to be sold, but everybody likes to buy. Why do we like to buy things? Well, we like to buy something that's going to solve a problem or help us feel better or whatever. That's why we want to buy it, right? So what do? We walk into a store and someone walks up and says, salesperson says, oh, may I help you? What do we say? Oh, I said, just looking. Why do we say that? Because we don't know their intent. They're on commission. They're going to try and get us to buy something that we don't really need, that we're going to get later. You know, those stuff going through our head subconsciously. So the salesperson's actually asking the wrong question, right? They're going about it. They're saying, I'm here if you need me. That would be better for them to say, right? I'm right over here if you need me. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Welcome to the store.
I'm more likely to go, yeah. By the way, you know, I do have a question, because now you see, I see the difference. They're still a salesperson. They're still going to sell me something, but they're not selling me to sell me. Yeah.
Well, we could go on forever. We've had conversations for hours. We're not going to do it today. Listeners, I know you learned a lot from this wonderful guy. Again, I love this guy to death. He's a brother. Steve, I want to thank you for being on the show. You've given so many golden, and I've learned some things I didn't know, which is why I love to have guests, even people I've known for 10 years. I love. But I loved to give the listeners one incredible tip. Your journey is incredible. But what one tip can you give them that got you here today that could help them in their journey?
My one tip would be, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself enough that you'll get out of your comfort zone and get around people who are positive, and get out of your comfort zone to try something new that's positive, that does some good in the world. Believe in yourself enough to do that, and trust that it's all going to work out. We can't, Steve Jobs, if you've ever heard that great commencement speech he gave at Stanford University, he says, you can't connect the dots going forward. You can only, I'm getting chills right now. I'm channeling Steve Jobs. You can only connect the dots looking backward. And so what that means is we have to trust that the future is going to be better if we go about things in a really positive way that serves. And so get around the people that can teach that to you. Get around get yourself in environments that are positive, and take risks. It doesn't mean you're going to succeed every time. There's going to be failures. I've made lots of mistakes. I've had lots of failures, tons of them. And that's how we learn, how we grow. But you keep getting up and doing the right thing. And if you do that with all the other resources we've been talking about here, I know that your life will be better in the future. And then you'll look back and you'll be able to see how far you've come. And it'll make you want to go further. And if more people in our world thought that way, a lot of problems that we have in this world would no longer exist. And so I hope that this podcast has helped somebody to hear that in a new way and actually take some action in a positive direction.